If you keep thinking, I understand what's going on for me, but I can't seem to make any permanent changes, this probably isn't a motivation problem. Lots of people come into January thinking they want to change things and be their best selves. They understand, they've done the research, they've listened to the podcasts, but still things don't really permanently change. I want to say this from the start. This does not mean that there is something wrong with you. Insight alone doesn't always land. When the nervous system is flooded, dissociated, or shut down, analysis can make things worse. This is when overthinking comes into play, when our thoughts become circular and we start to blame ourselves for not being able to achieve what we think we understand. This is because thought is not enough. It's not because we're lazy, it's not because there's something wrong with us that we think, I understand this, but I still am not changing. It's because the system is already under strain, and pushing harder will only make things worse. January can make this so much worse. We're coming off Christmas, the party season. This takes so much out of us. We may have had to be too sociable, there might have been difficult dynamics, or we might have been lonely. The weather's terrible, in England at least, it's been very cold. There's so much less light, there's been illness, there's been a really horrible amount of illness in this season. So we're tired, never mind the financial pressure and the potential grief that some of us experience. Christmas and January come with a sense of comparison bubbling underneath. And then there's this message, right, now fix it, get disciplined. And at the lowest time of the year, when we are our most exhausted, we try and override exhaustion with intention. And then a couple of weeks later, when it hasn't quite gone to plan or we're starting to slip back into old habits, we're thinking, I told you I couldn't do it, I knew I'd fail, I am just not strong enough. I understand it, but I can't change. This isn't willpower or intention that's failed. You haven't failed. It's just that you weren't being realistic. Real lasting change doesn't start when we push harder. It starts when the system has enough room and safety to move and for that to be possible. And this might look like slowing down the pace, reducing the pressure, starting just step by step. Or it might look like saying, this isn't the time for me to be making big shifts. And this isn't just theory for me. When I produce a social media campaign, like this one, I have to remind myself that I don't have to do it all at once. There is an urge in me to produce this video, to do all the writing, to write a worksheet, to produce the podcast, to edit all of these things, to bring out the reels for social media, to put it all on my website, all in 1 week. And I used to do that. I do not know how. It did lead to burnout. So now I have to consciously, deliberately remind myself that I've decided to slow down, to take my time, to enjoy the process. This decision protects my nervous system and the quality of what I produce. And the exact same is true of any personal change. This is also why procrastination is so badly misunderstood. Procrastination isn't always avoidance. Mostly it's overwhelm or shutdown, where the system is saying, this is too much for me and too soon. Trying to force someone out of that is like trying to shout someone through having fainted. What the system really needs is enough space and safety to connect again. I want to offer a short pause here for reflection. Get yourself comfortable. You can keep your eyes open or you may wish to close your eyes. Just start to notice one feeling that you have. And notice one body sensation. And notice one thought. Just notice, without having to do anything at all and without judgment. And then ask yourself, what would one tiny step be that I could take that would honour exactly where I am right now? This is not a fix, not a resolution, just one tiny, realistic step. If January feels harder than you think it should, you're not failing. You're probably asking too much of yourself. Real lasting change doesn't happen through force. It happens through building capacity, slowly, step by step. This process doesn't make you weak. It's just the way humans work. If you can relate to this, I have longer podcasts that go into overwhelm, procrastination, and why the system under strain needs a little bit more than analysis. Take good care of yourself.